Quite the important day, isn't it? March 8th, International Women's Day, and wow, it's right up there in relevance, at least if you're on social media, with Easter, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Ramadan, all of them, man. It's just that important, and what a better way to commemorate such a day to then just really call out some of the most toxic female behavior that you can see online. Fake allegations, and just women's bereft sense of humor. It's almost shocking to see. But first and foremost, we got to point out one of the easiest targets that there's been over the past decade and a half. Like Tiger Woods, okay? The dude revolutionized golf. He took it from just being a sleepy Sunday sport with a couple of guys that would get together on the weekend, do 18 holes, and then find that cute waitress back at the clubhouse and try to get the 19th. But outside of that, though, this guy is just atrocious when it comes to dealing with women. Yeah, he was bagging some broads when he had a supermodel at home. Hey man, that's totally him. You do you. You are one of the most prolific individual athletes of all time. Like, people who didn't even watch golf like that knew Tiger Woods. He transcended the sport on multiple different levels. He broke the race barrier in the game, and hey man, he's a certifiable billionaire. He has every right to do everything that he did. It's just I got a problem with him running into some of his girls' voice messages saying, excuse me, it's Tiger. Could you delete my name and any references to me in your phone? Please do that, because my wife might call you. It's like, that's just bitch-made behavior. Dude, if you're going to get your fucking clubs worked on, you got to make sure you have good ball control. Any more golf puns? Anymore. Anyways, Tiger Woods' ex-girlfriend, Erica Herman. Listen, man, I've never really liked Tiger like that. Like, I always thought that he was guys that were just so good that if you just cheered for him, you just looked like bandwagon fans. It was like in the late 90s, early 2000s when the New York Yankees were hitting like that. It's like, oh, wow, fantastic. Let's just go and cheer for big corporations. It's like being a leftist right now, simping for the government and big pharma. It just wasn't really my style, nor is it ever really. I know a couple of the girls that he was hitting on back in the cut. He had that, what's her name? Elin Nordberg, something like that. It's some Swedish girl. And then Lindsey Vonn, who is fucking hot, or at least used to be. But this is a considerable step down, at least for your main chick. Like, bruh, you're a fucking billionaire and you're nailing a 4? What are you doing, dude? And once again, if you're not good with women, which he kind of made himself out to be target number 1 with all of those bitched up voicemails, and then you're out there still claiming girls, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You made yourself a target. But yeah, she's trying to get an NDA, which, hey, at least points for him on this one. He's getting bitches to sign NDAs. You probably should be doing that once you reach a certain level, over sexual harassment clause. But peek this. She has no references to any sexual harassment, sexual violence, sexual assault references at all, but she's filing this obviously a vindictive lawsuit in order to recoup some losses because, well, she got shown the door finally. Tiger Woods' ex-girlfriend, Erica Herman, has filed a lawsuit against the golf legend asking to be removed from her non-disclosure agreement. Yeah, that's not how that shit works. You signed that shit. You got all the cash and prizes. And now you want to go back one more time because you were rolling those dice and then you just end up with snake eyes? There's no mulligan this time around, sweetheart. Citing a law that allows such NDAs to be voided if there's proof of sexual assault or sexual harassment, Herman, 38, sorry to hear that, is seeking to legally nullify the NDA she was made to sign in August of 2017. So that was 5 years. 32 or 33? Tiger, the fuck are you doing, bro? When she first started dating the 47-year-old golf. So you were a 42-year-old Tiger Woods back when you... Fuck are you doing? Fuck are you doing with somebody else's leftovers? According to court papers obtained by the New York Post on Wednesday. She claims the NDA shouldn't be enforced, in part because of the Speak Out Act. The Speak Out Act, ugh, I just despise it even from the naming, which was put in place to protect sex assault and harassment victims. And here's the punchline. There's no specific allegations of assault or harassment referenced in the court documents. Fucking hilarious. We need to void this NDA. Why? Because of the Speak Out Act. okay, what are your allegations? Well, I don't have any, but you need to get rid of that NDA because it really hurts my claim. Bro, she's so basic. And you claimed her for your own? Like saying that you beat Super Mario 64 when you rented it from Blockbuster and you were playing off of somebody's old saved game with 40 plus stars already. There's no honor in that. But we've always known Tiger isn't exactly all that discriminate. Just peek all the chicks that he was knocking down for an evening while on the tour. They ranged from quite attractive to Perkins waitresses. Reps for Woods and Herman didn't immediately respond to the post request for comment. Herman, a former I didn't know this. She was a restaurant manager. Of course she was. Claims Woods was trying to enforce an NDA via his trust amid so-called litigation. And what exactly is that litigation? Well, we'll see it here in a second because it's fucking hilarious. And it's so great that this shit comes out on International Women's Day, right? Strong, independent boss babes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was immediately clear what legal action the filing is referring to and whether it's ongoing. But hey man, like there's no sympathy for Tiger in this one. Like obviously, I can separate the artist from the art, and the guy revolutionized golf. He brought physicality to the game, and now these motherfuckers are out there driving 300 plus off the tee. DJs touching 400 on some drives too. Like he stepped the game up more so than just about anybody else, to be completely honest. He was the biggest step forward when it comes to golf since the time when they stopped using willows for actual drivers. Like that can't be undersold. Just also can't be undersold that all of this goodwill, all of this virtue signaling for the PGA realistically isn't going to amount to a hill of beans, because a couple of weeks ago he was playing at the Genesis Invitational, and he was in this pretty cutthroat group, I'm told. He was playing alongside Justin Thomas and a couple of other guys as well, and off the tee, Tiger, even at 47 years old, outdrove Justin Thomas, who's another big name out there on the tour. And, you know, back in the day when golf used to be just a gentleman's game between buds, and they would go out there and they would just have a good time, there's normally a penalty for the guy who drives the shortest. Realistically, you'd be called a bitch. Tiger stepped it up just a little bit by, handing something off to Justin Thomas, right? You can kind of see it right there, and then they zoom it in right here. Handed him a tampon. Shit was funny as a motherfucker. But, as you can see here, the people covering the sport, it's cheap, it's childish, not clever, tired, and bigoted. It's jerk meter rated. And this is Phil Mushnick. Well, Phil Mushnick has been a bitch for as long as I can remember. Whenever I've heard him reference, it's always been with a negative tone, to say the least. But there was the woman on the... They let a woman onto the golf course? Well, she was on the call for this, and she apparently started spurging the fuck out, and Tiger had to once again tuck his tail between his legs. Yeah, there it is. Oh, sorry for the tampon prank. It didn't turn out the way I meant. It's not like he grabbed it from his pocket, turned around to Justin Thomas, and it's like, well, I guess you couldn't drive the ball that far, you leaky bitch, and throw it right into his fucking face. Or just cover his entire golf bags in pads. That shit would be funny. But no, you can't do that anymore because women have invaded the space. You know, these strong, independent boss babes who get tricked into leaving the house and then just get locked out. Yo, this is everything that this Tiger Woods and his ex's lawsuit is all predicated on. She got tricked to leave the house, and then he locked the deadbolt, and then stood outside the blinds and just peeked them open a little bit. It's like, is she gone yet? Are you fucking kidding me? Tiger Woods' ex-girlfriend Erica Herman has accused the golf star of tricking her. Well, she's just a kid, 38, into leaving his Florida mansion. His Florida man tricked her to leave. No, bitch, collect your shit, get the fuck out. There's no trick here. Just fucking go. Just go. Under the guise of going on a short vacation. Yeah, exactly. You're just going to have to go and leave and go back to your residence, and you can come back whenever, you apologize appropriately. Only to lock her out amid their messy and shocking split. Yeah, that's not your place of residence. You don't live there. You have no right to be there. He can throw you out at his pleasure. That's at his and his discretion alone. News of the couple's split only emerged Wednesday, when details surrounding their months-long legal battle, which has so far been kept under wraps, hadn't heard of it at all, it's just funny given the importance of the holiday, if you will, or I guess the day of reverence, right? Because we don't need to struggle how far women have come. We need to hold them up and continue to push further because reasons. I don't know where this corporatized fucking horseshit. It's a nice opener for tomorrow's, much more important and much more significant holiday. Their legal fight kicked off in October when Herman filed a landlord complaint in October last year alleging Woods booted her from the sprawling Jupiter home using trickery. Got her again, the old closed door trick. This fucking stupid bitch. The court papers state that those working on behalf of Woods Trust convinced Herman to pack her suitcase for a short vacation. And when she arrived at the airport, they told her she had been locked out of the residence in violation of the oral tenancy agreement and in a violation of Florida law. Yeah, if she didn't have any mail coming there and she was just kind of squatting, he had every right to kick her the fuck out. Well, I don't know if she thought, well, yeah, they were, publicly seeing each other for 5 years. Could have been longer than that. There could be some legal problems with this. If she was paying rent and getting any mail to the location, claiming that was a residence on any official documentation. But outside of that, it just sounds like, yeah, oral tenancy agreement. It's like, yeah, you're gonna live here, maybe, but you can crash. I got some spare room in my $30 million mansion, which is stupid. You shouldn't be doing that. But I don't expect anything different from somebody who is just has a track record of being so shit with women, but at least you guys can learn from this. And frightened her away from return. Oh, skipped ahead a little bit. Herman alleges that Woods paid for a hotel room and certain expenses for a short period of time. So at least he's a nice guy, okay? You're no longer here. I'll put you up in a hotel for a hot second so you can get back on your feet and then just, fucking leave appropriately. Frightened her away from returning. Yeah, you didn't want you around. You're not welcome here. I'm scared. Well, good. It's scared from across the street. You're just not welcome back, okay? It's his place, not yours. Yo, with those eyes, I'd be more frightened of her. Those working for Woods subsequently removed her personal belongings and took $40,000 in cash that belonged to her before making scurrilous? I've seen many a word in my day. I have never seen that one before. Maybe I'm stupid, maybe I have seen it before, but that's a new one to me. And defamatory allegations about how she obtained the money. OnlyFans. Well, who would pay for... Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because we are just talking about a gigantic fucking mark. But $40,000... Do you think Tiger Woods, a legitimate billionaire, really needs 40,000 fucking bucks? Come on. In the landlord filing, Herman claimed that the couple had an oral agreement. Always in cash, never in writing. That ensured she could live at the mansion for a total of 11 years. That's weird. What? And she still had 5 years remaining when the golf star called it quits on their relationship. Oh, yeah, this is why she's going to the courts, because women, regardless of age or, just rather run-of-the-mill looks, can't take L's. Like, maybe she was hot a decade and a half ago, but even average women, the likelihood of them being dumped in any form or fashion is very fucking low. Like, as guys, we have to deal with rejection on a daily basis. Like, if you send out a DM, you send out 100 DMs, how many times are you going to get a response back? 10? If you're lucky, if you've got a really poppin' profile, if you've really got shit going on. 5? 1? Who knows? Even if you go cold approach somebody, okay? Chances are, off rip, you might get more than just that a titter back, even if you're looking real fucking good. But women, on the other hand, man, they can go out dressed in a fucking muumuu with big crazy stalker eyes, stomp their foot 3 times and go, Arr! And still get male attention. It is so fucking easy. I don't hold it against them. Hey, that's the fucking game. It's always funny the lengths to which women will go in order to deny the fact that they took a fucking L. Tiger kicked your bitch ass to the road. It fucking happens. Sorry to say. But she also realized that, oh fuck, I'm 38. The clock's a ticking. I'm never going to be able to bag a fucking billionaire, a legendary athlete. Never, ever, ever going to happen again. So she's just going to have to get her lick back. Obviously, unless she can prove anything outside of, well, he said I could live there for 11 years. It's not really going to hold that much water. But I did promise you guys two very important topics that we would be covering: women's legendary inability to take losses, and then also just the fact that they are devoid of a good sense of humor. You and I both know this for a very, very, very long time. What was one of the big things back in 2015? This was 2016, because it was the October surprise. And I think even Tiger Woods chimed in on this. Was like, "Oh, this is none of the locker room talk that I have." Kind of gave it away a bit. But the TradThots are at it again. They found, must have been a clip from the old Tate speech account, but yeah, they got a minute 20 comedy bit. It's a fucking comedy bit. Yo, man, this has been a discussion all the way back. Like, if you remember, who would you rather fuck, Buck Sexton or Bailey J? If you remember that comparison, well, you're funny and you're hilarious, and I'm glad that you got that reference. But these fucking broads, nothing against them. They're just unfunny and have no right to be commenting on comedy, because shout out to the late, great Patrice O'Neal, on this very sacred of all days, to be evoking St. Patrice's name is just, it's so fitting. Funny people need to be left to their own devices. One of my favorite clips, and if you can still find it out there, what is that? Patrice O'Neal against the woman from New York's chapter of Wow. Not Wow. He was on Fox News beating some bitch in the head. It was legendary. It's one of the best things ever. But yeah, here we have Haley Kennington. She's got the source video, but I quote retweeted, just another one of these TradThot commentators. She is a research, and I can't quite see that. My eyes are terrible. Research and archive editor at for Daily Wire's What is a Woman? Yeah, so she's right on that side. So, just the no fun police are at it again. And what did she think? She got this big fine. She's going to dunk on Andrew Tate. Tate is actually trying to convince heterosexual men to choose trans cock over sleeping with a biological female. Wow, that sounds like something that Andrew Tate would do. Definitely, 100%. Wow, you're definitely not cherry picking any concepts at all whatsoever. Read that again. No, I don't listen to women. Men, please explain to me why this is someone you idolize. Because he's fucking funny? How about that? We'll let Andrew talk about it, because who's better to describe the thoughts and opinions of Andrew Tate more than Andrew Tate?
Ignore the construction. I'm rebuilding my mansion. You'll see when it's done. We'll do an episode of Cribs. I had to get this area here. I bought my neighbor's house. I had to construct a specific area for the Bugatti. Anyway.
How do you not know this is a joke already? You're ideologically possessed and you're against them because that's getting men off of the plantation. There are people, more specifically, there are men that'll no longer line up to wife up these hoes, and that they'll just be out there becoming the best versions of themselves and being able to have the pick of the litter. Is that why you guys are so upset? Oh, well.
Wait. That's all going to be lit up and shit. Bugatti logos. You broke boys don't know. Listen. I recently posted a question on Twitter asking, would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And
oof, yeah, that's tough. Sorry to hear about that satellite dish in the background. That's looking rough, but that's a tough one. That's one of those conversations that you sit around with your boys. You're like, bro, that's still gay. This is realistically an extrapolation. Is a trap gay? Like, this is all he's doing, and he's just making the most extreme comparisons here. It's a fucking joke, you idiot.
Everyone's sitting there clicking woman, 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 because they think they're going to be gay if they do anything else, but they're not actually thinking about the question. I am so smart. I operate on so many levels higher than the average man. You people are not thinking about the question.
His unmatched perspicacity, coupled with his sheer indefatigability, makes him a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. So you just got to get on that fucking level.
When I say a 1 and a 10, I mean Megan Fox with a dick.
Okay.
That's the tranny.
That's
or
a dick.
Hulk Hogan with a pussy. That's the girl.
How are you not laughing at this point, you joyless bitches? God damn it. That's why you have your own day, so that you need to commiserate and, just talk about how unfunny men are. Meanwhile, men are laughing their balls off or their tranny cocks off.
This is the question I'm asking. Megan Fox or Hulk Hogan? So you're thinking, well, I don't want to be gay, so I just clicked the girl, the number one, did it? You're gonna fuck Hulk Hogan? Okay, there's a pussy, but he's got mustache and muscles and shit. He's all hairy, big dude, 6'5". It's pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy. That is gay. Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can like scoot it out the way. I'm still Megan Fox. You know what I'm saying? At least she's small and shit. You can get your hand around her neck, mess her up. You ain't messing up Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's gonna mess you up. So this is the question I'm asking. You need to operate on a higher plane. Think about this. This is important. This is cultural. This affects the world we now live in.
Okay.
What is straight? What is gay?
Oh, shit.
It's all a big sliding spectrum, isn't it? Because if you're gonna sit here and go, oh no, it's gay to bang Megan Fox with a dick, I counter that argument. It's gay to bang Hulk Hogan with a pussy.
Oh, shit.
So which one is it?
Fucking got him. As you can see, that was meant to be a direct command for anybody listening to that video right there. I'm getting that off the screen. He's intimidating me through the screen. I've just been listening to women too much on International Women's Day, so a strong man with a fucking hilarious sense of humor making the most extreme examples just can't fucking rationalize that. Like, for Christ's sakes. Here's Liz Wheeler. She's, I don't know, used to be on one of those stupid trad sites, but I host my own podcast and I'm sure it's great. If you've defended, idolized, or copied Andrew Tate, despite my warnings, very original thought that anybody over on the TradCon sphere thinks that dangerous misogynist Andrew Tate is emboldening the young man of the world to be... And then that's where their narrative falls apart. He said to beat women, and he thinks that women who get raped bear responsibility. See, it's the sisterhood uber alles at the end of the day. Regardless, left, right, center, up, down, northwest, east, south, it doesn't fucking matter where they line up, because at the end of the day, hey, you got a box, Hogan brother, you got a box, brother? Then they're all going to fucking gang up on the opposition. And it just so happens over the past year or so, it's been Tate. So yeah, very original idea. Oh, I've said that he's dangerous to young men. On what level? Do you think you really got him with this clip right here? Whatever. Andrew Tate is now telling young men to have sex with transgender women, aka men with penises. Where did he say that? Because we watched that, had a couple of laughs, broke it down a little bit. Where did he say to have sex with trannies? Where did he say that? Did I miss that part? Do we got to run it back? I don't think so, because I watched it a couple of different times, and I'm still missing the point in the part where he's saying to have sex with anybody. Just posing a hypothetical. Did I just find this whole scenario hilarious? Oh, you're erasing women. Trans men aren't women. Or you have those dorks that are out there, oh, be a fourth wave feminist because I believe that women are women and men are men. Very revolutionary fucking idea that you have right there. It's almost like, and peak this, women en masse vote for those stupid the party, not the governmental structure, vote for those policies overwhelmingly. Liz Wheeler, she puts on all of the Republican garb. Yeah, she's one of those mega girls or whatever. But when it comes down to it, when there's a big bad half black guy off in the distance, oh my stars and garters, just clutch your pearls. This is gold, but clutch your pearls and run for the hills. You're just trying to grift off the latest trend. Like, just stop it and just rationalize with yourself, because earlier today, your boy just decided to get a little bit spicy by quote tweeting it just a bit. And you know what? I'm repurposing. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the language. Just when you thought you had all of the answers, I changed the question. TDS is now no longer Trump derangement syndrome. It is Tate derangement syndrome. Hyperbole is lost on TradCons and TradThots alike. Stay losing, dorks. Because that's all that is. That is all that is right there. Oh, Tate's a bad guy because reason. We're just going to go ahead and cherry pick and take anything that he said out of context because, well, he's telling guys not to go towards the Lord, right? No, oh wait, shit. He's not pedestalizing women. Get down to the fucking bottom of it. He's knocking them off the pedestal. He's telling them to still. They won't clip that part where he's saying that women are the most precious and wonderful thing in the world and you need to take care of and provide for them. But he's also not telling them to, or telling any of his supporters to do everything that they do in their life in service of them. He's telling them not to chase women, chase excellence. But the establishment on both sides, they don't like that at all whatsoever. You're supposed to adhere to the programming. You're supposed to be thankful that women are here and that they give life. They just leave out that messy detail that without the other half, the whole giving birth thing wouldn't be possible. But women are special. Women are sugar and spice and everything nice, and that's why they need their entire day, their entire month. But I get tomorrow, so just go fuck off. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone, and free Top G.